Hey folks, kind of revealing another little part of myself tonight. My midlife crisis was something that I kind of picked up when I was about 20 years old and took as a PE class. I've got a little karate and fencing school. And so we just finished class. We had a nice big healthy group tonight, did a lot of kicking. In class tonight, I was kind of intentional about pulling people out and having them demonstrate the techniques in front of class. So just instead of me doing it, just again, very intentional about finding people, kids for the most part, to come out and demonstrate in front of class. And the ones that I picked were ones that looked really good doing it. And I watched them several times to make sure that they'd be able to come out and replicate what they did. And then was able to call the class together and have them watch as I kind of talked through the technique. And in the process, the ones who demonstrated, they did really well. And hopefully they left class tonight thinking that they were recognized, that they were pulled out and they were, like I said, recognized for being special and doing it right. The kids who were not doing it, maybe as they should, those are not the ones I would have picked. Not only because they're maybe not the best example, but I didn't want to deter or hurt the motivation of those people. This is social facilitation. So one of the topics this week, one of the questions that you're asked is to make sense of social facilitation. Social facilitation is that we perform differently in the presence of others than we do by ourselves. So again, performing differently in the presence of others than we do by ourselves. And if you go and when you research, maybe do some Google, do some Google research and see what else is out there. But a lot of that stuff, performing in front of others can enhance performance or it can detract from performance. And a lot of that has to do with the idea that you're being evaluated by others. Everybody else is watching you. And it's a way to kind of protect self-esteem, or self-esteem can be a thing that distracts. So as the people are thinking of performing in front of others, if they're confident in the task and they're really good and are able to do it, then sometimes being put in front of others is a place for them to shine and for them to rise to the occasion, to kind of show off in front of everybody. And so when everybody sees how good that person is, then their self-esteem is going to be better. When they're not that confident in the task, then knowing that they're going to perform in front of other people can be a distraction, and they can worry about it and not think about the task, but think about what other people are thinking. And so as a distraction on a task that they're not comfortable with, it can actually harm performance, and they may not show up again and want to be put in that situation. So like I said, with that review question in the Thursday reflection, think about social facilitation and when it's appropriate and when it's not appropriate. It can be a very powerful motivational tool and make people feel good about themselves, but it can also be something that distracts and maybe not feel so good about themselves and maybe not want to come back and join you. So wonderful, wonderful applications of these really cool and interesting techniques. Social loafing, I think, is also tied in there. Think of some examples where within a group, not everybody pulled their weight. Economics gives some explanation as to why, but also there's a psychological component as well. And that's really kind of on our side, that social loafing dimension. So that's it. That's the practical lesson for tonight. Have a good one.